Hi everyone, I'm Erica and I'm going to teach you a few things about the application Remind and how it is a wonderful parent communication tool between you, not only the parents, but also the students, depending on their age. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to start up here where we can do sign up. There is a free portion to this, so you don't necessarily have to pay for it depending on what you are looking for. Um, Now here you can enter your email or phone number and go that way to create an account, but I'm just going to go ahead and sign up with Google. Now, while that is loading, of course, we have the privacy policy and all that. Now, right here is where you can select that you're a teacher, student, parent, or administrator. And we're going to select teacher. And right here we have create a class. Now I'm going to start with this little check mark first, and that's that we're only going to message people of 13 or older. Easy for the high school families that would, it's just boom, that's done. If they are under 13, then it's just going to ask for a parent's email to keep them in the loop. Now when we get to class name right here, if we're in an elementary school, we may only have one class, let's say 20 kids in it. But if we are in middle school or high school, we might start to have multiple classes and therefore a lot more students. So first we're just going to start out with one class and I'll show you how to add more classes onto that. So we're going to just start with homeroom and we are going to create. Now here we can search for a school. Let's say you can search for your high school, college, elementary school, whichever one you want to be linked to. If you are in a, let's say, pre-K program and you want to use this for your parents as well, you can also write don't work at a school because it does not have daycare facilities listed on here if that's where your pre-K program is at. So we're just going to put don't work at a school. So here it went ahead and jumped into adding people, but we're going to go ahead and go back a step and we're going to close out so that you see when you first come in, this is what you're going to look at. Now, I currently only have one class on here, which is why it says homeroom up here towards the top. Now, let's say I am in high school and I have multiple classes. I can go right over here and hit create a class, and it comes up with the same options right here. So we're going to go with a class name, and I'm just going to do biology 1. There's a class code that pops up that we'll talk about later, and we can create. So now we have a biology 1. We can do that for all of our class periods if need be. So the next part that I'm going to show you is how we can add people to these classrooms. So here we can hit add people, and now we're talking about the biology 1 class. Now we can go through each individual person and write their name and put the phone number and the email address and a secondary phone. We can do it that way, which is great if you only have 20 or so kids and you're in elementary school. But if you get up into high school and you have 20 or something kids in 7 different class periods, that's going to add up real quickly and that can be very time consuming. So what we're going to do is go to printable PDFs. This is a great option that I personally like because you can just download this piece of paper. And it has on there, let's go ahead and download it so that you can see it. On here, you're going to see sign up for important updates from E. Thomas, and this is the biology 1 class. And it has instructions for your smartphone where you can download the app and you can type in this code, which is the one I showed you earlier, and it'll connect you to the class. If you don't have a smartphone, you can also do it via text messages. You can do it via text messages even if you don't have the even if you do have the smartphone and you want to receive it via text message instead of app. So it's a great option for both types. And they can even sign up for both if that's something that they're looking for. So we have that. Let's say you have a parent night. You can also do in-person instructions. This is how you sign up for the text messaging, not necessarily the app. And lastly, we have share a link. So here's the link and you can email it. You can blast out an email with all of it and the people can link themselves to it. So quite a few different ways that you can sign up for the class. So let's go back. Yep, we're going to leave without adding people. And again, you can see up here where this code is, and if I were to switch to homeroom, that code is different. So the next thing we are going to talk about is our messaging. This is the most important that I personally believe, because this is how you're going to communicate with the parents. Now, you can do that directly when you can send a message, and you can do that, let's say we're going to send it to everybody in the homeroom, or you could search individual people and you could send it to the individual. So let's say a child is having some problems in the classroom with behavior. You can send it to them individually. Or you can send out a mass message. You can even send out a group message where everybody can contribute as well. So when we're composing this message, we can type whatever we would like. So let's say I want to say, welcome to the classroom. Right, so we can do this and we can upload an image or a document. Let's say we have a Quizlet that we are going to do later on in the week, and I'm like, hey, we're going to do this on Wednesday. I can send the link for that also. Let's say we're in an elementary school and we are doing parties and you want to do a Sign Up Genius to get them to sign up for what to bring. We can add that there. So I think that's awesome that you can add all of them here. Another feature that I like is the scheduling portion, because I am one who thinks at 10 o'clock at night, oh my goodness, I completely forgot to tell them about show and tell the next day if we're in elementary school. Completely forgot to tell them about show and tell. I want to remind them in the morning right before class. So I'm going to send out something at 7 a.m. So I can type all of that up whenever I thought about it. And I can go to the date. I want to do it on Monday. And I want to do it early in the morning before they're supposed to be here. Let's say they got to be there at 8. I want to tell them at 7. So I scroll through and I find 7 a.m. and I can schedule it. And boom, now it's going to be sent at 7 a.m. So I think that's a great way to message the people. And like I said, you can also have individual messages with them if you do want to talk about a person's behavior, and you don't have to really send out an announcement to everybody. So I just think that's really cool that that's an option and an opportunity for you. Now we can go through here and we can look at all these different ones. If you were to purchase this, they also have the option to set up events as well. So if you wanted to do a field trip or something of that sort, it could set up those reminders. And it even has a collection process that can help you collect the money for field trips if that's what you're looking to do. So I just think it's really cool. You can even go in here and go into your account. You can personalize it. We can put my picture up here so that they know, have a familiar face as to what your teacher looks like before it all happens. At schools later on, you can even put in your office hours so that people aren't sending you the messages at all hours of the evening. Another big bonus that I really like about this app is you do not have to put out your personal phone number. I'm sure many of us have been burned that way before, where you have passed out your phone number and all of a sudden now Susie's mom is texting you at 11 o'clock at night because she didn't do her homework. And I want her to have more time, what have you. So I'm sure we've all been burned that way before, and this is a great way for them to be able to send us messages, and it's not a text message coming to our phone or anything like that, and it's more professional that way. So that is Remind, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks.